Hello, everyone. For those of you who don't know me, my name's Jordan. And I'm kind of known around these parts as the girl who's always smiling. Now, a lot of people think I'm always smiling because I'm just like really happy. But the truth is, the reason I'm smiling all the time is because I'm always thinking to myself, if only they knew. If only they knew I've been to Chili's 3 times this week. If only they knew I frightened a child at the local mall. If only they knew that my earrings were made out of their sister's bones. I'm just kidding, guys. Only 2 of those 3 things are true. I've actually been to Chili's 4 times this week. I did indeed frighten a child at the local mall. I work for a company where I dress up as Disney princesses for birthday parties. And when I first started, I wasn't very good at speaking in character. So we were at the mall for promotional reasons, and I was dressed as the infamous Snow Queen from Arendelle. And you have to pretend like you've never seen a mall before, which isn't as easy as you'd think. So this child comes up to me and she says, "Elsa?" And I said, "Yes." And she goes, "Will you go down the escalator with me?" And I looked at her and I said, "Well, aren't you afraid you're gonna get sucked down into one of those things?" Yeah, since then I've gotten much better at speaking in character, but what they can't prepare you for is the weird things that children are gonna say. One time I was dressed as Ariel, and this girl was questioning my existence. And she's like, "Are you really a mermaid?" And I said, "Why, yes, I am." And she goes, "Well, is that your fin?" And I go, "Uh-huh." And she goes, "And is that your tail?" And I go, "It sure is." And then she points at my seashells and goes, "And are those your boobs?" Yeah, children are weird. Though I've learned that that doesn't really change as we get older. We all kind of stay weird. I'm particularly weird around people I have a crush on. I have a huge crush right now on this dude in the T&D department who doesn't know I exist. And I can't see anybody, and I've been nervous this whole time. Chances, is he here? No. God. Guys, it's been really, really bad. Okay, so I recently saw him in the costume shop. And do you know those scenes in movies where, a girl walks into a room and a guy has never really seen her in a certain light before? And she's dressed really pretty and she walks in and they do this kind of close up on the guy where he's just like, that was me. Just right when he walked in, just So I've learned that guys can just be as weird as me. For instance, I recently dated a dude who told me that he really liked how much arm hair I had. And that's how I knew I had a good one. I hated my arm hair as a kid. I was so insecure about it. I thought it was just so gross. But I think that's the nice thing about relationships is that they don't always work out, but sometimes they fix little pieces of you that you didn't know were broken. So now I know my arm hair is sexy. If there was anything I hope I could remedy with that particular guy, it would be maybe any insecurities he had surrounding being an Eagle Scout. Because I love Eagle Scouts. I don't know why. Maybe it's just an early sign of being able to commit to something long-term and pointless. Or maybe it's all those little nifty knots they can do. When I was a kid, I didn't do Girl Scouts or anything like that. No. My parents, though, they really, what they aspired me to be was a lawyer. Because when I was around 8 years old, my parents went Christmas shopping on Christmas Eve. People wonder where I get my bad habits from. And they left us, me and my 3 siblings, alone with my Aunt Nicole. And they said, if you guys get in a fight while we're gone, if Aunt Nicole tells us, we're gonna call up Santa and we're gonna cancel Christmas. So naturally, my siblings got in a fight. My little brother and my little sister, Journey and Quest, yes, those are their names, got in a fight over a pen. Then it was resolved and everything was fine. And my Aunt Nicole was like, I'm still gonna have to tell your parents. So I said to my siblings, I was like, don't worry, I got this. So I took my Aunt Nicole off into a separate room and I said, listen, Aunt Nicole, I don't think anybody needs to know about what happened tonight. And she's like, well, why not? And I said, listen, you know, the fighting has been resolved, the pen has been returned, and if you tell our parents what happened tonight, then they're gonna call up Santa Claus and they're gonna cancel Christmas. And you don't wanna be held responsible for canceling Christmas, now do you? Yeah, my parents wanted me to be a lawyer for obvious reasons, but when I was a kid, I wanted to be an author. And around the same age, when I was 8, I wrote my first book. And it wasn't about a plucky young teen or girl making her way in this world. No. It was titled The Adventures of Chair Lad and Tin Can Lad versus the Dragons. Yeah, it was a series about inanimate objects that fought crime. Yeah, if everyone would look at the object below their bottoms, for some reason when I was 8, I thought, I wonder what could happen if that little fucker could fly. And I also just really loved canned tuna, so that's where Tin Can Lad came from. So yeah, it was a 3-part series, and every time they put away a dragon, Chair Lad had a catchphrase. He'd say, like, wave off at Ben and Sally, and he'd look at them and go, and next time, keep him on a leash. Little did I know that at the ripe age of 8, young Jordan was writing stoner cartoon comedy. Yeah, I might not have become an author or a lawyer, but I like to think I made my parents doubly proud and became an actor. Thanks, guys.